Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited for today's video because this one was actually a little bit unexpected for me to do. I was just walking through Walgreens today and I saw this. I'm not sure if this is new or if it's just new to me. It is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. So when I saw this pattern in here, I was like, this looks familiar. And it reminded me of this, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. Like these little seashell designs in both are so similar. So I was like, wait a minute, idea popped up in my head that it would be a fun thing to do a drugstore versus high-end comparison of these two bronzers. So that's what today's video is going to be all about. I'm gonna be reading some information about both. I'm gonna be trying them on both sides of my face, and then I'm gonna let you know what I like better and why. So before we get into that, make sure to give this a big thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Means the world to me, and you're getting 3 videos a week, so make sure to subscribe. But if you want to see my comparison of this drugstore bronzer and this high-end bronzer, then stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay, so I already told you the story of why this idea for this video popped up in my head, so I think this is gonna be a fun one to do. I have them both pulled up on their websites. So I have the first one, which is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder, pulled up. I have this in the shade Sunkissed, and this goes for $9.99, so very, very affordable if you ask me. So for the details on this one, it just says, Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder gives the perfect summer glow no matter the season. Finely milled powder blends and builds seamlessly. Cruelty-free, vegan, lightweight, buildable powder that blends seamlessly without streaking. Love that. That's basically all it says about that one. And then I have the Charlotte Tilbury pulled up too. So this one I have in the shade 3 Tan. This goes for $55. So yes, it is expensive. But this one, the details say, an oversized natural matte bronzer in a refillable compact infused with hyaluronic acid for a skin perfecting bronzed filter for the face and body. It is a matte finish, obviously it's a powder. So that's basically all it says for this one, unless I'm leaving anything out. So what I do really like about this one is that it's refillable. So if you run out, you could just buy the refill, like the little thing. You don't have to buy a whole new compact. So you're probably gonna end up saving some money. But this is definitely more expensive than this one, like $45 more expensive. So definitely a difference in price. And I think the Charlotte Tilbury one is gonna be much darker than this. I did not even realize that. I probably should have gotten the darker version of this. So I'm just gonna do a swatch of these on the back of my hand so you guys can see what we're working with here. All right, so it is a little bit darker, I guess you could say, and it's a little bit warmer. So this is the Milani side. It's more kind of neutral, and then the Charlotte Tilbury side is a little warmer, and it's a little bit darker, but that's okay. We are going to make it work. I really like how both of them feel, but I will say the Milani side feels creamier to touch just when you're dipping your finger into the little pan. So I don't know if that makes a difference yet. We will see, but I do like how both of them applied on the back of my hand and how they both felt. So far, I'm a fan of both. Same deal as I usually do with my drugstore versus high-end bronzers. I think for this one, I'm not gonna keep it a secret. I'm gonna just tell you guys right off the bat which one is which, because one of them is a lot darker than the other one, so I think it's gonna give it away anyways. But I'm still going to apply one to one side, one to the other side, and then we're gonna compare just like how it wears, how it applies, how it blends with other makeup, all that fun stuff we always do. And I'm gonna let you guys know what's better, the drugstore or the high-end bronzer, since they look very similar. They're both matte, they're both beautiful. Another thing I wanna point out before I forget, the Charlotte Tilbury one doesn't have any kind of smell, which I really like. The Milani one has kind of a strong smell. Like as soon as I opened this up, the smell just like hit me. And it's like this like coconutty smell. So it is a pretty strong smell, just so you guys are aware of that. I think I prefer the no smell, to be totally honest, but we'll see how they work. So I'm just gonna get started on applying these, and then we're gonna go over what works better. So I think I'm gonna do this Charlotte Tilbury on my left side, and then I'll do the Milani on my right side, and I'm just gonna blend it out onto my cheeks, and then we'll talk. I'm taking the Milani and doing it on this side. All right, guys, I am back. I know both sides are kind of looking a little bit crazy right now. I wanted to make it look natural, but still get like quite a bit of bronzer on me just so that we get a clear view of what both sides are doing. So I want to start by saying I actually really like both of them. Are either of them like my #1 go-to bronzers? No, but both of them are actually really good. I did notice some differences though, so I just have to mention the smell again first on this because it is very, very strong. And if you don't like strong smells, then this might not be the bronzer for you, because even just like applying it and then after application, I was like, oh, so strong. Like I like coconut, but not that much. I think this smell of this is way too strong. Obviously, since the Charlotte Tilbury one doesn't even have a smell, it didn't bother me. But if that is something that is big to you, just know that the Milani has a strong smell. The other thing that I want to point out is so the undertone of the Milani one I think suits me just a little bit better than the Charlotte Tilbury side, because the Milani one has more of a kind of neutral undertone. I wouldn't necessarily call it a cool undertone. I'd say it's like that kind of in-between neutrally shade. And then the Charlotte Tilbury one is pretty warm, which I don't mind, but I kind of like how the neutral undertone looks on my skin a little bit better. With that being said though, this is more patchy than this. I don't know how well you guys can see, but especially like right here, it's really patchy and it was kind of hard to get rid of that. Whereas this side is just a little bit more like smooth and seamless. So that's just kind of what threw me off about this side. I don't like that it's like patchy. And then I applied some blush and some highlighter on both sides on top, and I felt like it just wasn't really working the best with this bronzer, I would say. Like it still looked patchy. It wasn't like blending as well as I wanted it to with this. Whereas on this side, everything just like melted together really, really nicely. So that was kind of a big no for me with the Milani side. But I will say that both of them are very pigmented, so a little goes a long way with both of these products. I had to dip into this one less than I did with this one. Like I was picking up more product on my brush with this, but both of them I would say are very pigmented. So overall, definitely have their similarities, but definitely have their differences as well. And I don't know. I like both, but I have a clear winner for sure. And I think you guys can guess it's the Charlotte Tilbury. Even though I like the undertone of this a little better, just the Charlotte Tilbury overall did better as a bronzer and just gave me more of what I was looking for from a bronzer, if that makes sense. So I think Charlotte Tilbury is the winner, but I do think both of them are very good bronzers. And I don't know, I don't think I would necessarily call this a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. Even though they look very similar and have a few similarities, they definitely have some differences to them. So I don't think this video has a dupe, but they do look alike, if that matters to anyone. So yes, in today's video, this is the winner. I love this. I love Charlotte Tilbury. I love all the Charlotte Tilbury products in the world. We have a winner. Let me know what side you guys preferred. If you actually liked this side more, let me know, and let me know why, because I am curious if that is the case. Also, let me know why if you like this side better, because I also want to know your thoughts and opinions. So comment, say hello, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. But I will see you guys in the next video.